Hey guys, welcome back to Gringo Barbecue. I'm your host Noah, and today we are making my wife's favorite tequila cocktail. We are making Palomas.
Barbecue and tequila.
All right. It is Paloma time. Now, guys, I wasn't a fallacy on that. My wife's favorite tequila cocktail is a Paloma, and when we go out to a Mexican restaurant, that's almost a guarantee as to what she orders. And quite frankly, based on how the Paloma is often how she judges the authenticity of the restaurant. So this is a drink that I had to nail, and I can't lie, I think I did a pretty good job, so I wanted to share that with you guys. Palomas are a really refreshing grapefruit drink, something that you're gonna be able to taste the tequila. It's not gonna taste like a lemonade or something watered down. This is gonna be delicious. So let's dive into it. Fairly simple to make. What we're gonna start with is a big old grapefruit. So I didn't go ahead and cut this beforehand, but we're gonna wanna do 2 ounces of a fresh ruby grapefruit. Look at that, looks great. So I'm gonna cut it in quarters here. Yeah, smell of a grapefruit is like, you know, I'm honestly not a huge grapefruit fan, but I love the smell of ones. I just think they're a little bitter, but I do love a Paloma. All right, 2 ounces of this. You know, one of the videos we dropped online, that short, the ASMR Paloma. If you haven't seen our Instagram page, go to Gringo_barbecue. People were losing it over the mess that this drink was making, but quite frankly, it's really hard to squeeze this and not make a mess. So 1 ounce there. And I'm gonna see if I can get any more out of that. Nope, nothing more. So guys, it's looking like 2 ounces of a grapefruit. Whoa. 2 ounces of a grapefruit is a quarter of a ruby red grapefruit. Yeah, you guys can see it spraying everywhere. No big deal though. We'll make a little bit of a mess, that's all right. All right, 2 ounces of grapefruit there. Set this off to the side. Now, if you guys are making this at home, obviously you don't have to measure the 2 ounces in a cup like that. You know, I would just do a quarter of a squeeze and hold it right over the shaker. But because we're filming, we're going step by step. You know, we're trying to do it for the people. So, all right. Then we're gonna do a 1/2 ounce to a 3/4 of an ounce of lime. Now, guys, good rule of thumb, and I'm actually gonna do this here. Good rule of thumb for a lime is half an ounce. Slightly more maybe isn't a big deal. So we're gonna go ahead and squeeze this fully into there. Drip that all out, toss that off. All right, so the juices are in there. The next thing we are going to add is agave. So you wanna grab some agave nectar. You can pick this up at your local grocery store. You know, I don't feel the need to learn how to make agave. Simple syrup's extremely easy to make. Agave I feel like would be a little bit more complex. So just a 1/2 ounce of agave. Pour that right in there. The agave is going to help with a little bit of the sweetness to help offset the lime and the bitterness from that grapefruit. Okay, tequila time. Obviously can't have a cocktail without tequila. So we are going to go with a Blanco Tequila today. With a Paloma, you always want to use a Blanco. And the reason we want to use a Blanco is this is supposed to be a tequila forward drink. We don't necessarily want this to blend in with the juices. We really want to taste that tequila and salt in it. So we are going with the Blanco Tequila. I think I'm gonna go with Don Julio 70 tonight. Little Don Julio 70. The reason I'm picking this is my wife's favorite cocktail, and in her hometown of Querétaro in Mexico was the first time I was introduced to Don Julio 70. This is an awesome tequila. I drank a little too much of that on her dad, Senor's birthday. But Don Julio 70 is awesome. It's just under 70 bucks, but it can't go wrong with that. So we are going to do 2 ounces of the Don. 2 ounces of the Don. All right. Holding that a little weird. 1 and 2. All right. Set that off to the side. Okay. So now it is time to shake this cocktail. Now, you guys know on this channel, I'm a big proponent of big cubed ice. But anytime we have to stir a cocktail, I'm going with crushed ice. So get yourself some decent ice. You don't want to taste your ice in your drink. But let's go ahead and shake it on up. All right, yeah, look at that color swirling around. Looks just like a grapefruit juice, which honestly makes a whole lot of sense. All right, so I'm gonna pour this over here. All right, so got a salted rim on here for the cocktail itself. You could go with a tahini rim or chamoy if you're really trying to spice it up, but whatever you prefer. Now, one thing I'm gonna do here before I go ahead and add the grapefruit soda is I'm gonna take just a little splash of salt, just a little pinch of salt in there. Like I said, we want this to be like we want to taste the tequila, and the tequila and salt is always a great combo. So let me go ahead right here and grab my can opener. Got grapefruit soda here. So this Fever Tree grapefruit soda, honestly, it tastes really good. It tastes more like a natural grapefruit than say like a squirt, but honestly, if you're at a gas station, you're on your way home and they don't have this, just grab some squirt. Any sort of grapefruit soda works. This is just a little bit more of a natural flavor, which I personally like in mine. So go ahead and top the rest of it off with some grapefruit soda. Look at that color combo between the two. All right, as mentioned, this is gonna get a little bit of a swivel in here just to mix that on in. Man, I wish you guys could smell this. The grapefruit has such like a potent smell. It smells really, really good. All right, that is, if you ask me, that's how a Paloma should work. And let's give it a taste test. Cheers, guys. Yep. My wife said, she patted me on the back. I know she's my wife. It's like saying your mom said this about your drink or whatnot. But she did say that this tastes just like one that she gets in Mexico. She said it tastes very authentic. I think it tastes amazing. Give this a try at home, guys. This is super refreshing. You get that grapefruit citrus. The tequila with the couple ounces that we put in there is still very prevalent and forward. This has none of that like acidic, fake, juice flavor to it. So highly recommend squeezing, the fresh grapefruit versus just buying grapefruit juice. Guys, as always, appreciate you watching. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. And until next time, appreciate you guys. Cheers.